Hi, this is Helen and welcome to class. Today's practice we will work on building resilience in the body and mind. It is a strong beginner to intermediate flow and you may need a block and a yoga belt. When you're ready, I will see you on the mat in a comfortable seat. Sit with your spine tall and your crown to the sky. Hands can be wherever feels comfortable, and if it feels okay, you can close the eyes. Take a moment to center in on your breath and thank yourself for carving out this time today. How we are on the mat reflects how we handle life. When we meet a physical or a mental challenge in our practice and respond with calmness and steadiness, we can use this skill to meet the life hurdles that we face. With a consistent yoga practice, you are training yourself to use your internal resources to deal with your external experiences. When you're ready, slowly open the eyes and come into a wide-legged child's pose. Settle here for a moment, allowing yourself to ground into the earth, feeling the support of it beneath you. And maybe you can imagine something you don't need just draining out through that third eye. Take a breath or so here. And then we will meet in tabletop. A few rounds of cat-cow. On an inhale, the chest lifts and the belly dips. And as you exhale, round in the spine, tucking the chin to the chest. Move through a few of these in time with your breath, feeling the articulation of the spine. And remember that you're just warming up still. Exhaling as you tuck the tailbone and inhaling as you lift the head. Come to settle in a neutral spine and we'll move into spinal balance. Right arm extends in front, left leg behind. Hold here for a few breaths, engaging the core, lengthening out of the limbs. And then on an exhale, bringing the right elbow to the left knee and extending back out again. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. One more. Then bend the back knee and reach around and grab the foot if it's available to you for tiger pose. Really feeling the opening in the shoulder, enjoying it. Then gently release and return to tabletop. Side B. This time the left arm extends in front and the right leg behind, holding for a moment in spinal balance, engaging the core. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, bring the left elbow to the right knee. And then extend out on an inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend and lengthen. One more. Then the back knee bends and reach around and grab the foot. Tiger pose. Open in that left shoulder. It feels so good. Then gently release and return to tabletop. Now we'll move into our first downward facing dog. Sit bones to the sky, hands around shoulder width. If it feels good, maybe pedal out the feet, opening the backs of the knees and the calves and the hamstrings. Enjoying this feeling in the backs of the legs, and then slowly come to settle. Heels descending towards the earth, they never need to touch. And then on an inhale, roll forward to plank pose, a great pose for resilience in the body. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Again, inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale back to downward facing dog. This time inhale, roll forward to plank, and we'll hold here for a few breaths. Upper back is domed towards the sky. The whole of the front body is engaged, including the legs, grounding down equally into those palms. Steady mind, steady gaze. And then ever so gently lower the entire body down to the earth. On an inhale, lift up to a baby cobra, open in the chest, facing forward. And then as you exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. This time, inhale to a baby cobra. Maybe lift the hands off the earth and use the strength of the spine to hold the chest up. Breathing deep and then lower back down. Bring the hands outside the mat, spider the fingers, cobra, and then dip the right shoulder down, looking over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder dips, looking to the right. Inhale, center, and then lower back down to the floor. Push back into a downward facing dog. From here, roll forward into a floating knee tabletop. And we'll play with a little bit of weight distribution. Lift the right leg up and stretch it straight behind you. You really need to engage the core here. And then place it down. Same with the left leg, extend it straight behind. And then return down. This time right arm extends in front. Place it down. Then the left arm extends in front. And place it down. Downward facing dog. We'll now do some kick throughs. Come into floating table and rotate on the toes, kicking the right leg through to the left side of the mat, pulling the left elbow back. Return to floating table, other side. It's quite hard to describe this, but you're in floating table and you're kicking through to one side of the mat and then the other. A couple of these. This is a great all over body strengthener and it really helps your mobility as well. One more on the left side and back to floating table. And then bring the knees down and take a little child's pose. Maybe roll out the wrists, reflect, and let it go. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky and we open up the hip with the knee to the sky for a scorpion tail, trying to keep the shoulders parallel to the earth. Return to neutral and step up and come into a low lunge. The left knee descends and the body comes up. Hands to the sky and place the hands down and we'll move back into a half split. Flexing and pointing the right foot. This helps open the nerve on the back of the leg and increases our flexibility. Come back to a low lunge. Inhale the arms up and we'll take a block and lean over to the right. You may be able to get your right hand directly on the earth. I find it a lot more comfortable to use the block. Then inhale back to center. Plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Side B. Left leg lifts to the sky and open the hip, knee to the heavens, scorpion tail. Then neutralize the leg and step forward, low lunge. Back knee comes down, arms up to the sky. Front ribs are in, descending into the hips. Feeling that stretch in the front of the right hip. Then bring the hands to the earth. Seat comes back towards the heel, half split. Flexing and pointing that left foot, open in the back of the leg. Then we come back forward into a low lunge. Arms go up to the sky and this time lean over to the left. Maybe the left hand comes to a block or the earth. Feeling the stretch in that right side body. Feels so good. Inhale back to center. Plant the hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. Take a free breath here. Then right leg lifts to the sky. As you exhale, step up. We're coming into a high lunge. Torso comes up, arms to the sky. Then bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers. We'll do 5 knee dips, lowering the left knee to the earth and back up. And again, if you find this challenging with your knees, then you can hold in a high lunge. Again, this is great for mobility and building resilience in the legs. Then arms come back up to the sky. Bring them out to a T and rotate towards the front leg. Coming into reverse twisted lunge. Maybe that right hand is on the back of the left leg. Then back to a T, arms up, vinyasa. You can stay in dog or move through chaturanga and upward facing dog. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Side B, left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, step up. Coming into high lunge, arms to the sky. Getting that stable base. Left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forward, front ribs engage. Then interlace the fingers behind the head. And 5 knee dips on this side. Again, you can just hold in a static lunge if this is a little bit challenging. But it's great for the strength in the legs and our mobility. Inhale the arms back up to the sky, then out to a T. And this time we'll rotate round to the left. Coming into that reverse twisted lunge. Maybe that left arm is on the back of the right thigh. Breathing deep, enjoying this twist and this side stretch. And inhale back to a T. Return the body to the front. Plant the hands. Vinyasa. If you like, you can do a double dip here. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. And we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Taking a breath. And then moving on. Inhale right leg to the sky. Exhale right foot steps up. Coming into a high lunge. Hands come behind the head. We'll do 1 knee dip, then come back up. And step forward on the right foot, bringing the left knee into the chest. Bring the arms out to a T and rotate round to the left, coming into this bent knee standing twist. Inhale back to the midline, palms to chest, and move into warrior 3. Hips are shining towards the earth, back leg straight and strong. And with grace, lower back into a high lunge. Arms come up to the sky, out to the T. This time rotating round to the right, coming into this reverse twisted lunge. Back to the T, hands plant, vinyasa. So we're moving breath to movement here. So it may seem a bit fast. Do it in time for your breath. Left leg to sky. Step up, high lunge. Hands come behind the head. 1 knee dip. Then grounding into the left foot, step up. Right knee comes into the chest. Rotate the body around to the right. Coming into a standing twist with the knee bent. Then inhale back to the midline. Palms to chest. Warrior 3. Engaging the core, back leg straight and strong, maybe a little bend in that standing leg helps. And then with grace, we land back into a high lunge, arms to a T, rotate round to the left, reverse twisted lunge. Breathing deep, arms back to the T, return to the midline, plant the hands, vinyasa. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, step up, high lunge. Hands behind the head, one knee dip. Then bring this left knee up into the chest. And maybe you extend the leg straight in front. This is pure core strength here. If it's in your practice, maybe you can grab the left foot with the right hand and move into this standing twist. Breathing deep, steady gaze, then return to the front and sweep back into Warrior 3 with the palms at the chest. And land in Warrior 2. Heel to arch alignment. Gazing over the front fingers and reverse the warrior. And moving into half moon. Might need your block here. Back leg straight and strong. Perhaps you bend the top leg and move into Chapasana. Open in the front of that left hip and the left shoulder. Release your Chapasana leg if you have it and back into Warrior 2. Then Skandasana towards the back of the mat for one breath. Then rotate back forward, hands plant, take a vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Side B, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step up. Coming up into high lunge, hands behind the head, one knee dip, then back up, right knee comes into chest, maybe extend the leg straight out in front. If it's in your practice, grabbing the outside of the right foot with the left hand, coming into this standing one-legged twist, rotating the body towards the right. You can also do this with the knee bent. Deep breaths, then release back forward. Come into Warrior 3 with the palms at the chest. And we step back into Warrior 2. Reverse Warrior. Moving into half moon on this side. Use your block if necessary. Stacking the shoulders. The right leg bone straight. Perhaps bending for Chapasana, open in the front of that right hip. Breathing deep, finding a fixed gazing point. Then gently releasing the top leg, coming back into Warrior 2. I forgot Skandasana this side, you can quickly do it. And then move through a vinyasa. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. You can inhale, bend the knees and jump or step forward, forward fold. Then inhale, palms up to the sky, palms to chest. Moving into tree pose. I will face you for this. And I'm going to mirror you here. Grounding into the right foot, externally rotate the left leg. Bringing the left foot on the inside of the right leg, wherever's comfortable, palms to chest, and moving into leaning tree. Bringing the left elbow towards the left knee. This takes a great deal of focus, engaging that Mula Bandha, not worrying what it looks like, meeting the challenge with equanimity, and then come back up. Release the arms up to the sky for full tree pose. Then the hands come to the chest and move into eagle legs, wrapping that left leg on top of the right. The left arm comes under the right arm for eagle wrap. Hugging into the midline here, engaging a root lock. Taking a breath. Fixed gazing point, and then release out and come back to Samastatihi. Side B, recenter, refocus, grounding into the left leg this time, externally rotating the right thigh. Foot comes wherever's comfortable on the left leg, palms to chest. And moving into leaning tree on this side. Bringing the right elbow towards the right knee, it might not touch. Deep focus, deep breaths. And then return to upright. Arms come up to the sky for your tree pose. If you wobble, no worries, trees wobble all the time. Then palms to chest, moving into eagle, wrapping the legs. Right arm under left arm. Garudasana, eagle pose, hugging into the midline. Breathing deep. And when you're ready, let your eagle fly and release. Well done. Sticking with a balancing pose, we are moving on to dancer. So we'll do a few shoulder warm-ups here. Rotate the left arm in a circle towards the back, and then the right opening up the shoulder. Again, left rotating back, and then the right. And pause. Then some chair bursts, coming down into chair pose. And then opening the arms as you stand up into cactus, chest to the sky. A few of these. Just working on some extension of the spine and opening of the chest. And release. Now a lateral bend of the spine, stepping the left foot behind the right, leaning over to the right. Maybe pulling that left wrist with the right hand and back to center, then over to the other side, feeling this delicious stretch all down the right side body and back to center. Now we'll work on dancer pose. Grounding all the way into the right foot, bend the left knee and come onto the toe of the left foot. Zipping up the midline, engaging root lock, then bending the left leg and bringing the foot to the glute and grabbing the outside of it with the left hand. Right arm extends to the sky. Lengthening and then tipping from the hip crease. We start to come forward, dancer pose, using the strength of that left leg to open the left shoulder. Focusing on a fixed point, maybe bending the standing leg. Breathing deep, and then when you're ready, come out of it. Excellent. Side B. This time grounding down into the left foot. Bring it all the way into the left foot, bending the right knee, and bringing the foot up to the glute, grabbing the outside with the right hand. Left arm to the sky, lengthening the waist, and then tipping from the hip crease. In this pose, the pelvis faces downwards, using the strength of that right leg to open the right shoulder, giving yourself a little bit of traction, not worrying what it looks like, embracing the challenge, and then release. Well done. Now you can grab your belt and we'll do the same posture. King Dancer this time, using the belt to make our arms longer. Externally rotate that right shoulder and reach around and hook the right foot with the belt loop. Then bring the arms up and grab hold of the strap behind the neck. And then with a fixed gaze and a steady mind, start to lean the torso forward. Remember shining the pelvis downwards, using the strength of the leg to pull the arms up and back. Holding fast, breathing deep, and then gently come out. Shake it off, let it go. And we'll do the other side. I'll just turn around to face the other side of the mat. Belt is in the left hand, externally rotating the left shoulder and reaching around and hooking that left foot, and then bringing the arms overhead, grabbing the belt, tipping forward from the waist. You can start to walk the hands down the belt. One day you may grab your foot. One day you might not. It doesn't matter. Breathing deep. Fixed gazing point. And then gently come out when you're ready. Shake it off, release the belt. And we'll take a vinyasa just to wipe the slate clean. Noticing how you face that challenge. Mental resilience, physical resilience. And then we'll come down onto the earth and start to bring the body down with some seated poses. Savasana. Bringing the left foot into the right thigh, right leg extended, spine tall, lengthen out of the waist, and as you exhale, come forward over that right leg. If it's available to you, you can grab the right foot, lengthen the spine, and then descend onto the leg, allowing the body to relax, allowing the mind to relax. Breathing deep. And then gently come back up. Take that left leg and bring it in front as if you're going to do pigeon, but we're keeping the legs bent in a swastika shape for deer pose. Lengthen out of the waist and then tip forward over the bent left knee, keeping the body straight. You may bring the elbows to a block or they may reach the earth. If you want to go a little bit deeper and open that hip a bit more, you can start to rotate the torso towards the left foot. If you want to go even deeper, you can take the left elbow and put it in the crook of the left foot and bring the palms to the chest for a twist. Breathing deep, focus mind, observing where the tension is, sending the breath there, being content, expressing santosha, contentment with where your body is. If you've got the twist, gently come back to the midline for a moment and then come back up. Swing that right leg round so it's stretched out in front, and then bring the left foot over the right thigh for a seated twist, rotating around to the left side of the mat, hooking the right elbow on the outside of the left knee, tall spine as you inhale, and then rotate as you exhale, looking over the left shoulder. Enjoying the twist, always feels so good. And then a little counter twist before we move on. And bring the legs back together in staff pose. Side B, Savasana. Right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Inhaling as you extend the arms up to the sky. And then folding forward over the left leg. Maybe you grab the foot, maybe you don't. Allowing the body to settle. Allowing the mind to settle. Centering in, feeling the support of the earth. Long, even breaths. And then on an inhale, come back up. This time the right leg comes into a form of pigeon at the front. And the left leg is bent the other way in the swastika shape. We come over that bent right leg to the front of the mat, maybe to the elbows. If you would like to go deeper, rotate the body towards the right foot. Even deeper, maybe hook the right elbow on the inside of the right foot, on the sole, bringing the palms to the chest for a twist. Lengthen in the spine. Focus mind, focus breath. And when you're ready to come out, we rotate back towards the front just to neutralize the spine before we come up. And then extend up, swinging that left leg forward, and then the right foot crosses over the left leg, sole to the earth, tall spine, and we rotate in a twist towards the right side of the mat. Lengthening on the inhale and rotating on the exhale. Breathing deep. Then to come out, we gently face forward and just rotate to the left side for a little counter twist. Come back to the midline. Release that right leg next to the left. We'll slowly come down onto the back. Bring the knees into the chest and then extend the legs up to the sky for Viparita Karani, inverted lake pose. Stacking the joints. This doesn't involve much muscle engagement. It's so therapeutic for the body and the mind. Great posture. Allow your upper body to relax into the earth. And then when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. We'll do a couple of knee circles in one direction, massaging out the sacrum. And then when you're ready, go the other way. And then release the feet to the floor, moving into a bridge pose, lifting the hips up to the sky. Upper back is wide. This is the pose of forgiveness. Maybe you can think of one thing you would like to forgive and just let it go. Then when you're ready, gently release the hips to the earth. And we'll move into a few windscreen wipers of the knees just to even out the lower back. Always feels so good. And then when you're ready, release the legs out and we'll come into Savasana. And before you settle, I have a quote for you from Bruce Lee. Be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Gently start to bring yourself back into the room, wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe interlacing the fingers and stretching them overhead. And then when you're ready, bringing the knees into the chest and rolling over onto your favorite side. When it feels good for you, you can slowly come up to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed. Bringing the palms to the knees for grounding. Taking a breath. And then bring the palms to the chest. Raise them up to the third eye. Then to the lips. And back to the heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.